Hey folks, so somebody asked about red flags when I'm interviewing, and this is a great question. And I'd say that the first red flag for me is a lack of curiosity. I always am looking for researchers and other team members who want to understand how things move together, how things impact other things, who are always looking for more and new and interesting information. So the first thing that I'm looking for is curiosity, not just about the users, but about the product, but about the product ecosystem, how that connects to the world, how that connects to other products, how our company works, just boundless curiosity. So if I'm not seeing curiosity, I know that that's a red flag for me. Another red flag for me is a lack of empathy. And that's not just empathy for the users, but empathy for our team members and everybody else in that ecosystem I just talked about. How are you gaining more empathy about that group of people? How are you understanding that maybe they have different backgrounds than you, different goals than you, that they're measured on different things? Having a sense of empathy there is critical for me, and not getting judgy if the person does have slightly different measures of success. How can you still work with that person? Connected to that is storytelling. So when I'm bringing on a person, I need to know that they can engage with people who don't have the same background, who have different skill sets, who aren't researchers. And so if you can't communicate with me about the work that you've done as a researcher in a way that gets me excited, then it's unlikely that you can do that for somebody who's a non-researcher. So I'm definitely looking for storytelling ability because I know that you're going to be working with people who don't have the same background. And so I'm looking for how can you connect the dots for them anyway. Connecting those dots comes back to that curiosity and that empathy, but also more broadly, do you understand why the research is happening? What are the business objectives that are happening? What are the outcomes that are trying to be achieved here? So if you aren't able to connect your research goals with the business goals, another really red flag. And the final thing that I'm looking for is a degree of flexibility. And this isn't flexibility in terms of like, are you willing to work until 8 p.m.? Not that type of flexibility, but understanding that sometimes we have constraints and being able to work with those constraints to still help a team achieve its goals. So maybe we can't do a 3-week diary study, but maybe instead we can propose a longitudinal study with 2 interviews and a little bit of homework. Maybe we can't do everything moderated. What are the pieces that we can do on a moderated, and how will that still help us achieve things? So knowing enough about your tool set to pull different things and be flexible when the ideal isn't possible, but still get to a valuable outcome. I think that's really important. So again, curiosity. I'm looking for curiosity, I'm looking for empathy, I'm looking for storytelling, I'm looking for flexibility. And when you don't have those things, all red flags for me. Thanks again for the question and have a great day.